Hello, I'm Transformers fan G138, and I'm here with a video review of Transformers Collectors Club Subscription Service 2.0 Treadshot and his little Target Master Catgun. Or Catgut. Catgut, I think, is the official name, but Catgun works too, because it turns into a gun. First, we'll start with the little partner here, Catgut / gun. So, one notable feature is the orange legs on here do not match the same color orange that's on the figure. And before anybody complains, that's by design. Because if you actually look up pictures of the original Treadshot, which was a Target Master, not Target Master, I am sorry. He was an Action Master, meaning he didn't transform. He didn't have an alternate mode. But he came with a little gun weapon transforming thing. That was the gimmick. So, Catgut there also had the same issue. The plastic was not the same color as the paint. Pretty close, but not exact. And they replicated that perfectly. Like, I give them spot on for that. So, this is the little Micron from the Japanese series for Transformers Prime. I will say this was not intended to be a gun. It was a weird chainsaw-like thing, which could plug into other weapons and whatnot. Or, I forget what weapon it was. It might have been a shield, might have been something. It could have been one of the swords. I forget exactly because I don't have many of these, but he was meant to be a larger weapon, or maybe one of the axe things. I don't remember exactly, but given the length of this hilt here, I'm thinking he was part of some sort of sword, but don't quote me on that. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I don't follow things that I have no chance of getting, usually. So, anyway, cool little figure. Now, they did manage to figure out how to turn this into a gun that works extremely well with this mold. As you know, with the mold, I'll grab this one now for real quick, part of the issue with giving him weapons is this large piece here. You can't fit the stock of the gun in the hand, unless it's the hilt, as the handle's way at the bottom. So there is that problem with this guy. So, to fix that, that's why you have the longer handle. So it works out really well, the mode and the extra handle. Plus, if you transform this correctly, the front handle can become the barrel of the gun. And then the way this is separated, it fits into this mold's hand perfectly. Would you look at that? It works out really well. So I'll take Warpath away, keep this guy in gun mode, and just slide him over here. And of course, we got the tank mode. Now, originally, Treadshot didn't have vehicle mode, didn't have an alternate mode. He was an Action Master. He was an action figure. Kind of like the Death's Head guy, but not. So, you know, standard tank, same as Warpath, has the guns, rotating turret. This is one of the better tanks, I think. It is an H-tank. All the treads are painted, unlike Warpath. His were silver, this guy's gray, but it works. So, we're going to start by transforming this guy. First thing I like to do is bring up these pods, and while these are up, I'm going to discuss the missile, because now you can access the launcher. It shoots pretty well, but it retains the same problem that the first one had. Warpath had. The missile length. Now, a lot of people trim this. For the sake of keeping this as close to mint as possible wow, I can speak really well tonight. I apologize. As mint as possible, I will not be trimming the missile on this guy. Plus, I don't like to leave the missiles in. It damages the spring inside the weapon. So yeah. So we start with that. Next, so I don't break this, I push the cannon in, which pops up the head. Now, once we have the head, I will also note here, due to transformation now, the paint isn't put on great in this spot, plus you can see where the paint is rubbing off on here. The other side seems to be fine, but during transformation that part rubs and it's not cool. I would have not, if it was me, I would have not put paint there just because I knew that spot would rub. There we go. So next part, we separate this here, bring this up, and then bend the legs down. Now we separate these. Now each side, we pull this forward, untabbing it down here, rotate this down, and then move this whole leg assembly like this, and then lock the leg into the foot. And we turn, and we have one leg. We'll do the same on the other side. And there we have the feet. Now the treaded feet are very Warpath-like, but it'll do. Now with the arms, we untab here, move those panels, rotate this down, then there's a little tab inside, we push that, and the hand comes up. There we go. And we pull these down and close these latches. And that is your arms. Next is the whole torso assembly. This is one of the coolest parts about this transformer. You rotate this first panel down, then you rotate this panel down, then you rotate the rest of it down, and it locks the turret forward and tabs into the waist and forms the rest of the torso. A very cool transformation. I think that's on my top list of transformations of all time. Like, this guy's transformation is just amazing, this mold. I love the Warpath mold, I love this, I just like this guy, based on the mold, not, like, even without the character background. Now, a little bit of discussion about the character. One of the main issues I've heard online was, well, the whole cannon in the chest is a very Warpath thing, and it shouldn't be anybody but Warpath, and I know, I've heard the argument many times before when they tried to do one of the other Transformers. So, whatever. Regardless, I think they did a fantastic job with this guy, because he did have a cannon in his chest. Originally. In fact, it was connected to a rotating barrel of missiles, which this guy obviously doesn't have. Oh, would you look at this? We've got more chip paint from Transformation in here. See, there's certain parts that they should just not paint because it does that. And I'm really disappointed when they pull something like that. I figured they would have checked stuff like that early on, but what are you going to do? And that's not Hasbro, that's all in the club. The club members who are designing this, but Hasbro knows what they're doing. Anyway, we've got awesome Transformers. I will note the red here almost matches the original red on the Warpath. And again, the color seems to stick out, like, why is it there? It was there on the original figure, so it's going to be there on this one. I'm okay with it. I like the little gray highlights up here. They didn't have to do that. They painted the forehead orange, because originally he had this visor, like Omega Supreme had the visor as a face. However, the mold didn't have a visor, and they had already done their head remolds, or the head for this time. Great, I can't get it focused on the head. So they left the eyes in there, for obvious reasons, and they have this in here as a nod to his original visor. So it works out. Got this nice orange on his side here, gray in here, plus the matching gun turret. Always cool. Backside, pretty basic, but does what it needs to do. Overall, fantastic figure. So, motion and mobility. A little bit in the foot due to transformation. 90-degree angle on the knee. Swivel, ball and socket hip. No waist swivel, unfortunately. The wrists do not rotate. Can't due to transformation. These have a nice 90-degree angle. Head rotates. You have a nice hinge in here, swivel, and then you have a hinge here. And that covers that. Plus this back panel moves a little bit if you want it out of the way or in the way, whatever. And plus, the missile launcher completely works from this angle too. Yeah, that went missing. Well, it's not. It's just inside my camera now. I'll have to grab it. But overall, pretty nice little figure. He looks really good on the shelf of Decepticons. He is a Decepticon. He's got a nice little logo here to prove it. Overall, very, very nice figure. Very cool reimagination. And pretty cool Catgut / Catgut. Whatever you want to call it. And there you have it. If you have any questions about this subscription service figure, please feel free. This is the 4th one, and you'll notice this is my 3rd review. I did not do a review on the Thrustinator figure, and I will not be doing a review. In fact, Thrustinator is still in his box and still sealed. And there's a reason he's in there. I don't want him. I didn't want him originally. I only got it for the rest of the 6 figures. Yep. So, original shipping package, everything. I will be selling this at some point. My sale price is $75 plus shipping, which is very fair, because the club will be charging probably $85 for this individual figure. If you are a Beast Wars fan, that would be awesome. If you're interested, please comment or message me, and I will try to get back to you with information if you would like to buy it. I'm not taking any responsibility for the condition of the figure or the assembly of the figure, because it's still sealed. I did not open any of these pieces of tape. They are still sealed on all corners. So, still package sealed. Everything's in a foam insert, so it should be fine. There's a little thing in the box, but that happened when it shipped to me. And now I'm done hawking my stuff. We have this guy again. Oh, and the Catgut here has a nice Decepticon logo too, which is always cool. Again, if you have any questions about this guy, please post a comment down below, and I will get back to you. And I suppose you'd like to hear what I ranked this guy. Well, since the transformation is obviously amazing, it's a 10 out of 10. Accuracy, it's an 8. He's got some issues with the visor and the head. Paint, 7 because of that issue here and the issue here. Weapons, yeah, of course he's got a 10. He has the same weapon he had originally. And he's got the cannon in the chest. These are new, but whatever. Extra firepower. Joints. 10. All the joints are nice and tight. Very well. Great range of motion. Posability. He's got a 9, because the feet are somewhat limiting. But you can get a really good range of pose. He is very sturdy with these treaded feet, however. So he ends up with a 10 on sturdiness. And I did not come up with any other issues, so on top of those, so he's got a 10 on that too. He ends up at a 9.25. So, if you have the subscription service, you probably already have this figure. And if you don't, and you're interested in this character, slash figure, slash expanding your stuff, the club will probably be selling it for $85 plus like $15 in shipping, if you really want to pay for it. If not, sorry. I got mine in the set. It's one of the ones I really wanted. Not a fan of Subscription Service 3.0 preview, by the way. I will not be buying next year's figures at all. But this one is fantastic. There's just a lot of characters in the Subscription Service this year that I wanted, including this guy. This is just fantastic. Partner really works out, where it just feels like they stuck them in some of the other ones, like Barricade. This one really, really good. I'd been happy if this is the only one that came with this. But this year's Subscription Service, A+. Even Thrustinator, which I have not opened. I understand the merit, I just don't do Beast Wars. So yep, there you have it. And now that I've talked to you for 17 minutes and 21 seconds, I am out. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed.